Elisha, and this is the Curl Talk. I'm the owner of the Curl Lounge, and today we are interviewing with Chef Cheekie while we make some Christmas cookies.
Hi, I'm Cheekie. Well, my name is Kara. I'm from Bermuda. I moved to Toronto 7 years ago for school originally. And somehow along the way, I found my passion in cooking. And I have a business now for 3 years, and it's called The Cheekie Chef.
So pretty much what Curl Talk is just interviewing different entrepreneurs.
So today I'm gonna make sugar cookies. This recipe is my grandmother's recipe. So they're like really homemade, old school sugar cookies. My family loves them. Ate them all my life. I took them to like every school function when I was a kid. They've won numerous prizes. We didn't tell anybody. We didn't tell anybody that we put my name on it, but it was
What's your grandma's name?
Monica.
That's a good name. So, I love that name.
Yeah, so this is her recipe. I started making this recipe, I want to say like 2 years ago, like for the first time I ever made it. And I was so excited because I'm like, oh my God, like I aced it. Like I called my mom. Because all of my family, well, rewind, all of my family lives in Bermuda.
Yes.
I moved here by myself. So I called my mom all the way in Bermuda. I did it. The recipe is on point. And I love that because legacy is really important to me and family is really important to me. So to know that I can take something and pass it down to my kids and pass it down to my other family members is like amazing. So I'm really not going to give out the recipe. Okay. But
it's okay.
I'm just going to make it and then...
We get to try. So I'm excited about that.
Exactly.
So tell me what we have so far. Like what have you done so far?
So far I've pretty much laid everything out. Like I said, I have a catering business. It's a catering business. I do meal preps. So basically, rewind to your question, what do we have here? I'm very organized when it comes to cooking. I cannot cook in a kitchen that's not organized. It will drive me crazy.
Yes.
So I pretty much organized everything out. We have butter, flour, sugar, eggs, vanilla, and baking powder. So that's pretty much it. I'm not telling you how much.
Okay, so let's get started.
I'm gonna move the butter over here.
Good? Okay. So how did you get the name The Cheekie Chef?
Okay, so I originally never had a nickname because my name's Kara, so it's 4 letters. And
we could call you Car. It's okay.
I used to hate my name growing up. Like I used to be like, oh God, I'm never gonna have a nickname. I want a nickname. My godmothers and stuff used to try to call me like Caribou and all this stuff, but I want a different nickname.
Caribou.
I hated that. So when I turned 17 or 18, I was on a trip with my friend and their family and her brother. Honestly, the stories are pretty crazy. We were at Victoria's Secrets and we were all shopping like for underwear. And this particular year was like 2010.
Okay.
Or 2009.
Yeah. This
particular year, they had these underwear called Cheekie.
Okay, yeah.
And every time you left the store, they gave you stickers that said Cheekie.
Yeah.
So I had bought a ton of underwear that said Cheekie. So I had stickers everywhere that said Cheekie. I was putting on the back of everything. Mind you, I'm only 17, 18.
Yeah.
By the time the end of the trip, my name was Cheekie. And so after that, we were in Florida. We went back to Bermuda, and every time I was around him, he would call me Cheekie.
Yeah.
Everybody who was around him called me Cheekie.
Yeah.
So then it just took off. So when I was naming my business, I was just looking at other people's businesses and like, oh, like maybe I should just go along with my name. And then I asked my mom about it, and she's like, I mean, the best thing is to brand your own name. And I was like, I'm already so cheeky on Instagram, so I was just like,
might as well just keep it going.
Just keep my brand going.
Okay.
And then I was like, hey, I'll be the Cheekie Chef.
Okay, nice. I like that, like Cheekie Chef. It's just like, I don't know, it gives it like some personality.
It's crazy because I wanted to rename my business.
Really?
Yeah, this summer. I did not.
What were you thinking about renaming it?
I was gonna name it. It was something with a K because my name begins with a K. It was gonna be called Catered with a K, but then everybody was like,
nah, I'm not loving it. Cheekie Chef is so much better. And like you have all the branding for it anyways. People are gonna know you for that, right? So what else are we doing? Okay, well, I didn't even talk about myself a little bit. I guess I can just talk a little bit about me before we get into any more questions while you get ready with that. So I've been a hairstylist for 12 years. I just recently opened up my salon in 2019, right before the pandemic. So It's been hard, but I'm so blessed. And honestly, I got to meet so much new people, and it really helped me open up my eyes to, you know, entrepreneurship and like just being my own boss and also empowering other women. So that's what I wanted to bring to the table. And that's why I opened up the salon, because, you know, with like being a curly girl, it's been really hard to find places that cater to your natural hair and also are not like just like, don't discriminate you based on your skin color or, you know, your hair texture, if it's looser, tighter, coily, or just curly. So what I wanted to do with the Curl Lounge was have a space, a safe space that women can feel comfortable and be able to, you know, enjoy the wellness, enjoy feeling beautiful, enjoy feeling like that self-care and self-love aspect. So that's pretty much what the Curl Lounge is about. And then the Curl Talk is just something that I was thinking about in the shower where I get all my great ideas. And I was like, I want to do something where I can showcase other women and, you know, anybody who's up and coming in Toronto, this can be a very cutthroat community. So I really wanted to embrace what's lacking in Toronto, which is community. And I feel like women here are very cheeky. And a little catty, so I know it's like, you know, a lot of insecurities and, you know, a lot of people feel like they can't be kind to one another. So I wanted to show that, you know, maybe I'll start being kind and then, you know, it'll spiral into other fun things. Do you ever watch that show Chopped?
Yeah, I love
Oh my
that.
God, I love that show.
But honestly, I stopped watching because the commercials irritate me really bad.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, soon as you're about to find out something that wouldn't be returned.
What was it like for you growing up, like with your curls?
So when I was like 5 or 6, my mom pretty much permed my hair.
Yeah.
I have a lot of hair. So not lengthwise, but I have a lot of hair. It's
very dense.
Very thick, very dense. And it was just too much for me to handle, for her to handle. So she pretty much permed my hair.
Yeah. And for everybody out there, it's actually relaxing. So relaxing is when you chemically straighten your hair. So no curls, chemically straightened. It just makes it a little easier to manage.
Yeah. So that's what I originally did. And then, I don't know, I was always super creative with my hair. I dyed my hair every single color. My mom always told me that it's just hair. So, which is probably not good advice. Because
it's just like, it'll grow back, don't worry.
So she used to tell me, like, who cares? It's gonna grow back. So I used to always just be like,
you have enough. You have enough.
I used to just say, like, just do it. Like, I want it done because it'll grow back. So I was never afraid to take the risk on here.
Yeah.
Ever. The only thing I won't do is get a big chop ever.
Okay.
Makes me of that.
Okay, so did you have anyone to guide you, or was it all like you guided yourself?
I guided myself. I went to boarding school when I was 15.
Oh, okay. So
when I went to boarding school, it was just like no one there, and I went to boarding school in a predominantly like white area.
Yeah.
So there was no hair products.
Yeah.
We used to like literally pack our suitcases with enough stuff from Bermuda all the way to Vermont, because that's where I was at boarding school, and then whatever I had at that time, until it used up, then I had to go back again.
Wow. Okay, well, yeah, I would feel like that's like the same for me, is like I didn't have anybody to help me either. My mom relaxed my hair, but I think it was just the time. Mm-hmm. There wasn't any tools. There wasn't like, it didn't make you feel beautiful to have curly hair. Yeah. Especially if it was like tighter and full. It was like, oh, we just gotta slap some relaxer on there and make it straight. Gel. Yeah, or some gel. Lots and lots and lots of gel. When did you like start your chef journey?
So I got fired from a job that I had at the time, and I had to go all the way to Niagara every day on the bus to have the current job that I had at the time. And then one day I was there and I was just like, oh my gosh, I need to know how to make money. There has to be a way to make money faster.
Yeah.
I just want to make money. And then I was like, at that point, I had already started a page called Cook with Cheekie.
Yeah.
And at that point, Cook with Cheekie was just a page to watch me cook. It wasn't a page to really for me to make money off of. I wasn't looking for that. And then someone was like, why don't you just make money off of food? Like, you're already cooking it. And I was like, oh, that's a good idea. So then I tried, but of course, as a new entrepreneur, I failed. And I was like, don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Like, people weren't hopping on it. I didn't understand, like, how is it not, like, my food is good. You should be ordering. You guys all said, cook. And now no one's ordering. So I was getting annoyed. Like, I was just like, I don't think I want to do this. So that's pretty much how you started. Yeah.
And what made you keep on going?
At first, I didn't keep on going. At first, I was just like, okay, I don't want to do it. Because I guess when you start a business or start entrepreneurship, you keep looking for the people that you want to support you, but those are not the people that are going to support you necessarily. So 100%. I felt like all the people closest to me, my significant other, my friends, the people who are coming, why aren't you supporting me? Like, shouldn't you be supporting me? Shouldn't you want to be the ones to buy the food? Shouldn't you be the ones posting the flyer everywhere?
Yeah.
And you're not. So I'm getting annoyed at it. So I took a step back from it. And I want to say this was like the end. When did the pandemic start?
2020.
2020. So the end of 2019. Just the end of 2019. Then I was just like, oh, whatever. The pandemic came. I still had the page. I had a good like following going and people keeping up with me on Instagram, but it was still like, no.
You're not making any money from it.
Yeah, I just couldn't see, and I honestly couldn't wrap my head around the vision. Like, I knew that I didn't want to own a restaurant. Yeah. And I didn't want to stand up in a kitchen all day and cook. So I was like, I can't see the vision. So I let it go, to be honest, for like a couple of years. Yeah. And then I started a whole new business, which I had no business doing. I started a whole new business, which had nothing related to cooking. I wanted to sell clothes. Yeah. So all of a sudden, one day, someone invested in it. So I was like, okay, I have the money. I'm just going to buy and start a clothing business. Yeah. I had a photo shoot for my clothing business. Yes. I was like all out. And then after that, I realized I had sold clothes. Like, it had went really well. Like, I was really good at it. But then after I sold a few clothes, I was like, this is not for me either. Yeah. You didn't love it. It wasn't like your passion. Yeah, I didn't love it. Yeah. So I stopped that. And then, to be honest, the whole 2 years, I would say. So not even the 2 years. 2020, 2021, this year. Yeah. I still put the Cheekie Chef on the back burner. Like, people were telling me, like, you're good, you got this. But nothing was taking off for me, and I couldn't really grasp it. I started my own seasoning line in the middle of all that. Still. You did? Yeah, I have it. Oh. Okay. I still didn't launch it. Because I just was like, this is too much work. And like, it was the pandemic. My job was closed. Like, nothing was going right. So I was just like, honestly, when the timing, I believe in timing. Yeah. So I just kept telling myself, when the timing is right, it'll fall into place. Yeah. So my best friend, we were in Miami, and she was just like, honestly, she has a business. She's a personal trainer. Okay. And she actually won Bermuda's best personal trainer on the whole island. Oh my God. So one day she had a talk with me, and she's like, you have $1 million business. Like, you're supposed to be a millionaire for all of us. Yeah. And I was like, me? Like, okay. Like, what is this girl talking about? Yeah. And from that day, I'll just never forget that day. Because that day afterwards, I was like, you know what? I need to start taking my business more seriously. Yeah. And so I want to say not until this summer. Yeah, this summer 2022 is the first time I actually was like, okay, you know what? Forget the fairs. Forget putting the money out. Forget the people that you think are going to support you. Just do it, yeah. And that's the advice that I give to anybody that has a business idea, to literally just jump on it. Like, there's no perfect timing to start a business. Yeah, there isn't. You can't sit around and be like, oh, like one of my friends told me yesterday, she's like, oh, don't worry, I have this big idea. I'm cooking something up. I'm like, girl, you just gotta do. Yeah, like you can cook something up behind the scenes for months. But guess what? It doesn't mean as soon as you drop it that everybody's gonna hop on it, because that's just not how it works. Yeah, it's not. You might as well just drop it where it is right now, and the people like personality. Personality. They like to see you're personable. They want to grow with you. So you're better off just dropping it now and then going for it. Yeah, I totally agree with that, because I've definitely gone through the ups and downs of owning a business and having a team and everything. And I find that
you know, I had so much ideas, so much things that I thought were gonna go right, so much things that I wanted to go towards, and I was like, you know what? Start one place and then work your way to the next thing, right?
Exactly.
And then it's also about having a team and not quitting. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just keep on working. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, but at least, like, you know, you've started somewhere, and if you're passionate about it and you love it, it's gonna.
Yeah, exactly. So you know how like people have like different areas of their hair they would dye? Most people will dye the front or the back. Yeah. I decided one time I wanted just a pink strip right in the middle. Just going right across. What? Horizontally, right across.
Okay, where did you get that idea from?
I'm creative.
Okay.
I'm one of those people that always want to set the trend. So I was like, oh yeah, everybody's gonna see, and it was hot pink. Right? We literally bleached it, just going right across, and then we dyed it the hottest pink you could ever find. Okay. And then I just had like,
How long did it last?
Until I had to go back to boarding school because my boarding school was not on the color.
Okay, like, they're boarding school for
like,
sure.
Yeah, take that away.
Okay.
That would be long.
That's okay. All right. Okay, so next question. When you need to reset and take a step back from life, what do you, like, how do you do it?
I go home.
So you go back to Bermuda, right?
Like, that's my reset. Especially this time of year, I really want to go home.
Yeah.
Like, the pandemic, I was already in Canada for 2 years. Yeah. And then the pandemic happened, and I was stuck here for 5 years. Very fast. And so when that happened, I was like, wow, I had never seen my mom for 5 years. I had never seen my best friends for 5 years. I had never seen my sister for 5 years. None of my family or friends for 5 years.
Wow.
This year was the first time I went home for 5 years. After 5 years in March was my first time.
Yeah.
And it was the weirdest thing ever because it's like, that's my home country. Like, that's where I was born, raised. I went to school there. Although I went to boarding school. I went to high school for 2 years there. So like that's my place. Like, that's where I go to literally reset. Like, just being around my mom. Me and my mom are best friends. Yeah. Just being around my mom alone is like. That's my reset. Like,
what was it like growing up there?
Like I said, I cooked in Bermuda this summer.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, it was it was a shit show. Yeah. Because first of all, imagine cooking somewhere for the last 3 years. I only know Canadian ingredients. I know Canadian brands. Yeah. I know where to find it at a grocery store. When I got to Bermuda, I never seen these brands in my life. Yeah. Now we're cooking the food, it doesn't taste the same. Mm-hmm. It was crazy. And that's when I learned, like, you have to do a lot of research on cooking. And, like, a lot of chefs, they take their seasonings with them. They take their products with them. They take a lot of things with them as they travel. Yeah. So I am arranging a pop-up in Bermuda next month. So hopefully it goes well.
Yay. Okay, what artists do you listen to get into your zone? Like, when you're getting ready to cook? Like, what music do you put on?
I put on old school rap, old school R&B.
Like 2000s, 90s? Okay, that's
to, like, sing. Yeah. Like, I don't want money bag in my ear. Like, not while I'm cooking. Like, that's not like what I'm going for.
You want to be like in a vibe.
But when I'm doing stuff, I'm not gonna lie. When I'm doing like business stuff and I need to be calm and like in my zen, I need to listen to gospel because honestly, God's the only person who's gonna
get you through. I'm telling you, that's honestly Elevation Church. That's what I listen to as well. Okay, what is the biggest impact that Toronto has had on you?
That's a hard question. The biggest impact. Can you give me an example?
Like, okay, well, one big impact is it pushed you to make a business, right? Okay, yeah. And like, what do you feel like you've grown since you've been here? Yeah. Have you changed?
Okay, yeah, I can answer that now. Toronto made me an adult. Okay. Seriously adult. Yeah. I was spoiled until I was 25. Yeah. Like, my mom paid for my rent until I was 25.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Girl.
I'm not gonna lie. Nobody paid. I was getting evicted. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting evicted. And I didn't tell my mom. Because I knew she was gonna do it all on me. I was like, oh my gosh, my mom, we just ran up this rent. What the hell do we do? And honestly, at that point, she was like, I'm cutting you off.
Yeah.
Like, you're not getting no more rent from me. You're not getting no more money. So then I was like, so that's kind of how cooking came into par.
Okay.
Like, cooking really started because it was just like, I got to figure this out now. I can't call home and ask for nothing. Yeah. So I started cooking, and then my friends would come over and be like, oh my gosh, like, this is so good. I'm like, okay. So then, I don't know, everything I learned, I mean, I became an adult at boarding school too. Yeah. I learned how to wash clothes when I was 14, 15 years old. I learned how to just travel by myself when I was that age. I learned so much. But Toronto made me a real adult because the money stopped. Yeah. When the money stopped, I was like, what am I gonna do? Figure it out by myself. And so like, now that I'm dirty, like my mom kind of like, she was really like happy the other day. She was crying on the phone because she's just like, I thought this day would never come where you would be an adult. And I'm still not trying to be an adult. So are you so you have a younger sister? I have a younger sister and a younger brother. When I go to Bermuda, I eat the same thing all the time. What do you eat in Bermuda? KFC. Oh God. They have the best. I think KFC in all islands is way better than here. I don't know even what. When my mom's on the phone the other day, she's like, oh, we're going to KFC. I'm like, I know, but even in the States, it's better. Yeah. I don't know what kind of KFC like they brought here, but it's not hitting. And there's a place called Pizza House in Bermuda, and I swear they have the best pizza on earth. Like, well, when you take me to Bermuda with you next, we're gonna be going to all your favorite spots. Yeah. How do you think you're gonna celebrate your first $1 million? Honestly, I read that question. And I was like, the first thing that came to my mind, and it's still coming to my mind right now, I'm such a giving person. Like, such a giving person. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that I would take some of that money and give it to someone who wants to start a business, or my sister, or my mom. I'll have my mom do her house. Like, that's the only thing that crosses my mind when it comes to, like, really elevating when it comes to, like, money. Yeah. I want to help my family. Like, I would never do something and not think of them first, because like my mom always took care of me. I'm gonna take care of her. That's amazing. I love that. That's exactly how I would do it too. Like with my first $1 million, take care of your family. I definitely think I'd take care of my family and like just like put them in a position where they like don't have to worry about anything. Like your bills are paid off. Yeah. You know, you have a whatever $50,000 credit limit, right? It's like so crazy. I met you know, Raquel. Yeah. So that was my first pop-up at Elisha Gotha. Yeah. And I met her mom there. Okay. And it was so, honestly, this is why I'm very spiritual. Yeah. In the morning, I was just like, oh my gosh, my first pop-up. Like, my mom told me, she's like, I wish I was there. I'm just like, oh, I wish you were here too. Yeah. And I was just like, okay, you know, I'm going to say a little prayer and, you know, everything's going to work out. Raquel's mom stepped in like my mom. Aww. She cleaned every dish. She went around and served every piece of food that I was offering. She came to me and she was like, you're going to buy your mom a house. She's like, you're going to be a millionaire one day. And she's like, I just know it. I just know it. She made me call my mom there. I know it was such a touchy moment, but I couldn't show anybody because, you know, I'm the... Yeah. Don't worry, trust me. We can't be letting them see us, you know? Okay, so who's the first person you ever cooked for besides your mom? My best friend. Yeah? My best friend has said, when I was like 14, she's like, your food is so good, but you can't trust her. I'm going to tell you why. My mom is like, her name's Shade. Shade says everything's good. During the summer, I was doing taste testers in Bermuda. Yeah. We'd call her and be like, stop by on your way home to have some taste testers. Yeah. This girl's like, so me and my mom will be like quiet, like, let's see what she's gonna say. Yeah. All of a sudden, she's just like, this is so good. We're like, okay, honestly, you're not really a good person because you're just, even if it was burned, this girl would say it's so good. So like, that's the first person I ever cooked for when I was like younger, 14, 15. I used to make chicken fingers. She always talked about these chicken fingers. I don't even really remember them. She's like, you made these chicken fingers. From scratch? Yeah. Okay. You made these chicken fingers and they're so good. I knew you could cook from them. And I'm like... From when you're making chicken fingers from scratch, you can definitely cook. So normally sugar cookies you put in the fridge for a little bit, but these ones you don't. I say that on the phone. I was like, what's she talking about? Yeah, normally they say to put them like, the recipes that I've done, they like put it in the freezer, put it in the fridge for an hour, and then then you can roll it out. I did tell my mom I wanted to start selling cookie dough. You should. But that will come. That's on my chart of things too. I always have so much ideas for people's businesses and stuff. And I'm like, well, why don't you do this? Oh, what about that?
And I'll just be like, Cheekie's baking. Cheekie's cookie dough.
Literally. I have so much things I want to do besides like my spices that I already have.
Okay, I need some spices.
I know, everybody keeps telling me that. They're ready to go. The only problem I'm having is like, Bermudians want them to be shipped to Bermuda, and I can't ship them to Bermuda because it's too expensive.
How much is it?
I don't know. It depends on like the shipping company. So like DHL or like one of those places.
Okay.
So yeah, I remember my grandmother used to do this with us and just like press. Like this is really like old school.
Cool.
Like,
yeah. These are definitely old school. Outside of buying the ingredients and preparing food, how do you prepare for a catering order event, like mentally in your mind? Do you go like, do you prepare and take your time, or is it you're like a pressure,
okay, so
like me who does things last minute?
I kind of do like working under pressure, which is a weird thing to do. Like I don't mind it.
Yeah.
But now it depends how big the order is. Sometimes I'll be like, okay, I need like a few days off, 2 to 3 days off from work. I will really like focus in, stay home, no calls, no nothing. Like I gotta get this done because I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah.
So if I mess up something or it doesn't taste right, I'm not giving it to you.
Yeah.
Like I will rather you give me I'll give you the money back, or you'll have it for free before I ever.
Like you told me about those chicken wings. I was like, girl, she's like, those chicken wings are dry. I'm like, really? I
called my mom and I was like, no, I had to give Elisha the chicken wings for free because they're dry. And I was like, you won't believe that Elisha messaged me back and said, oh, the chicken wings are great. I was about to place another order.
I know.
Embarrassing that. My mom was dying laughing. She's like,
I was like, they're dry. I like them dry. I don't want a juicy, I don't want to be eating a chicken wing with it's like spilling out my mouth. Like, I like a dry chicken wing. It just feels cooked to me.
You're right.
I don't want to be looking at it like, oh, what's in there? Like, you know, when you stare at chicken wing and you're like, you know, like pizza's chicken wings, and you're like, is that even from a chicken? Like, what is that from?
But I have to keep telling myself that, like, everyone's taste buds are different.
Yeah.
Just because what I think something tastes terrible, like, might taste amazing to someone else.
Yeah.
I gave a girl the other night, my macaroni to try, and she's like, this tastes just like Harbor 60. I'm like, well, I wouldn't go as far as that, but thanks, girl. Like,
it's better than Harbor 60. I had the food at Harbor 60. It is not. It's nothing.
So, yeah, that's how I prepare. 2 to 3 days, I need off. I turn my phone on Do Not Disturb, where you can buy measuring cups, bowls, seasonings.
Like everything branded.
Yeah, like everything branded. Like it's just orange.
Yeah.
It's orange. That's my color. That's my branding color. So that's my goal. Like, because I like cooking, but
you don't want to cook forever.
It's a lot of toll on your body.
It is.
Like, I'm on my feet a lot. I had to start wearing a wrist sling recently because
because you're gonna get carpal tunnel. Yes,
and I'm
yes,
like, oh
yes.
my gosh, like this is not happening to me. So it's like, I like to do things that are more therapeutic. So at one point I was gonna be like, I can't cook for people unless it's under a certain amount. Like, under like 15 people, I can do that. But once you start getting to like 40, 50 people, I'm like, okay, I'm one person.
Yeah.
I'm one person, and I haven't really got to the point yet where I want to share recipes with people, or I want people to know what I put in this. Someone called me the other day, like, what's your lamb chop recipe? I'm like, I will never, ever give up my lamb chop recipe. Just because it's something in there that nobody knows about, and I just can't do it. I can't. Like, it's going to really mess me up for life. Yeah. So that's another reason why.
And people come to you for your expertise, your, pizzazz, you know, and I feel like you should have something that's like, you know, I can show you, but I'm not going to tell you my little something, you know, Nona's recipe, Cheekie's recipe that's going to go down
so you can
in the ages.
Selling my stuff.
Okay, this is about hair again. Okay. What are your go-to hair products? And you better answer these right because you're my client. And we've been in this journey for a long time.
Okay, I will say this when it comes to my hair products. I really depend on Elisha. Like, I will not touch my hair until I get back to the salon. So, asking me about a hair product is kind of crazy because I do not touch my hair.
She doesn't. She doesn't.
And I don't want to. Like, I'm like, no.
Okay, let's talk about a little bit about our relationship. Okay. So, when I met Cheekie, I was renting a chair at a different salon, and you came in for a silk press, right? And then after the silk press, I was like, okay. And then she was like, wanted me to cut her hair, and her hair was long. And I was like, you want to cut it? So I cut it into this bob, and then that was it for her. She's like, I'm never going to anyone else.
Yeah, literally.
You're doing my hair forever. I'm like,
I went and started telling everybody about Elisha. I'm like, I finally found a hairstylist. This is it. This is it. Because hairstylist is a big thing for me. Like, even when I lived in Bermuda, like, I have the same hairstylist every time, all the time. I will wait. I will wait until
she does. Like, she does wait.
I will sit around and wait. I do not want, like, anyone else touching my hair.
She does wait very long for me. And if I'm not there, she'll come in and be like, oh.
Yeah, literally.
Can I change my mind? Can we do this? Remember that time that I told you to bleach your hair and then she bleached it?
And then I bleached it.
That was during the pandemic.
That was during the pandemic. I was bored.
And she was like, I love it. And I was like, okay.
I was bored.
That's when you went to Miami, right?
Yeah.
If someone was to look into your purse and like, what would they find besides your keys and your wallet?
My lip
2
gloss.
items.
First of all, I live for lip gloss from Bath and Body Works.
Really?
Yeah. They have this lip gloss. Best lip gloss ever.
Okay. Bath and Body Works, eh?
They have like a lip gloss section. It's like they have different ones, but they all have menthol in them. So I love them. Like, I stock up on them. Like every time I go there, I get like 5 or 6. So I lip gloss and my AirPods, which one I just recently lost.
Tell me about it. You know what? You should get the Beats. They're they're more comfortable. I got the brown ones.
I like my ears too hot. I don't know.
It's better than trust me, it's more comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely more comfortable. Do you have anybody asking you like about the Bermuda Triangle?
All the time.
It's
like my pet peeve because it's like there is not a such thing, but when because a lot of people don't know about Bermuda.
Yeah.
You'll be very surprised. Like people are like, oh, where are you from? I'm from Bermuda. They're like, Bahamas? Barbados? I'm like, no, Bermuda. Just Bermuda. So then I'm like, oh, you know the triangle? And they're like, how are you from the triangle? How did I know that? I'm like, we're not from the triangle, just the point of the triangle. There's no triangle.
There's no triangle. There's no triangle. So, FYI, people don't disappear in the triangle. Okay. How's the cookies looking?
Oh, yeah, let's take them off.
Oh, yes.
I like how they're brown.
These look like real, like, grandma style.
Yeah.
Like, these are the ones that, you cook with your grandma and your grandma doesn't have any of the ingredients, so she just made it up. Would it taste amazing? I wish we should have had a cookie sheet to like put them on so we could use this thing again. But let's just maybe take it off the mat and then we can continue baking.
Yeah. Where's it? Oh, we can just put it in a parchment paper. Where's it?
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I see myself owning my own shop.
Okay.
My own shop for people to go buy products and stuff. I am working on my first kitchen product.
Okay. Are you gonna share it with us?
Sure, I'll share it. There's one thing that I really love in the kitchen, and I feel like it's really not popular. A lot of people don't know about it. A lot of people don't buy it. But there's kitchen scissors, and I use kitchen scissors.
Oh my gosh! I use kitchen scissors for everything.
And like
cutting the chicken up.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't know about it, and it's something that I just use to make time go faster. Like, I don't want to use a knife all the time. It's annoying.
It is. I would rather cut something into pieces than chop it.
Yeah, literally. And it's good for people who are non-cooks.
Yeah.
And that's my goal as a chef, to make it easier for people to want to cook. Like, cooking it's way better than eating out, first of all.
For sure.
Like, you can eat way healthier. Restaurants I used to work in a restaurant, so I know.
What would you tell your 11-year-old Cara?
I would say, well, now when I think about having kids, like if I had a child who's 11, I would say do what you want, cause like I never wanted to be the basic things in life, like ever. I wasn't the little girl coming home saying I wanted to be a doctor or a teacher or this. I always wanted to do something crazy. In high school, I wanted to be a graphic designer. My mom told me no. I wanted to be an interior designer. I always wanted to do things with design. So I was 11. I told myself, just do what you want. Like, don't worry about what everybody else wants you to do, because sometimes people have dreams for other people. And I feel like that was my mom's thing. She wanted me to be a teacher because she's a teacher. And you know what I mean? She was just like, oh, like, it's a good job. Like, you could do it. Your children love you. And I was like, at first I went with it. And that's originally what I went to school for, to be a teacher, because my mom saw that dream for me. But then I had to learn later in life that, like, it's not, I'm doing my mom's dream. I'm not even doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
So if I had to tell my lover, I'll just say,
do what you want. Don't worry about other people.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. I like that. I would definitely say that to my kids for sure. Like, don't worry about what other people think of you. Like, just...
if my kids said to me that they wanted to be, I remember I wanted to be a videographer. My mom was like, no, I'm a videographer.
Now look at you. You're a videographer. You're a graphic designer. You're a chef. You're a teacher.
I'm everything.
You're everything.
I'm everything. Like, so.
And that's the thing about being an entrepreneur. I think it's like, things that you never thought you would do, you get to do. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Like, you get to design your own stuff. And
I love that.
You just do like
that's why I'm having a lot of problems right now, having an assistant or having somebody to do this for me, because I am a controlling person.
Yeah.
Like, that's too much for you. That's not too much for my clientele.
Yeah.
Like, my clientele is going to pay that. And the last few weeks when I've priced the grapes and the plates and all that, nobody has complained about the price. So to me, I'm not going to change it now because they're not complaining. Like, so I have found my clientele. I have found the people who are going to be like, you know what, we'll pay it because we want that food. Yeah. And I feel like that's important to, like, not hold back what you think. Like, who cares what they think? Like, you have to say it. Like,
you don't need validation from other people. And that's I think that's what it is like getting a validation from other people to see if you're going in the right direction. And like, you don't need that. You're already going in your direction. What does it matter about those other people? They may not even buy your stuff. You're asking opinion from people who are not even going to come to your salon or come to your...
the people who are giving opinions is somebody who doesn't even have a business.
Or doesn't even like, secretly doesn't even want to see you be successful, right? Deep down, they don't even want to see you like, oh, why are you doing that? You're doing the most. You're doing so much. And it's like... And that can make you really feel, because I know I've had people like have worked for me and they've said things like, when I've dressed up and I put my full face of makeup on, I'm coming to the beauty industry and they're like, what, you're doing so much. And I'm like, but I work in the big beauty industry. Like, I do hair. I'm supposed to like look and have a certain way about me because this is my industry and I'm not going to dull or dilute myself because it makes you feel uncomfortable.
Exactly.
Right? So yeah, that's great to hear that we're like kind of on the same page. And I think that's, is there something the audience should look out for Cheekie? I think you did tell me a little bit.
Definitely the kitchen products.
Yes.
It's definitely something I want to jump into because it's that is very passionate to me because it's like, I don't know, I want people to be able to open their drawers and see like the Cheekie chef.
Yeah.
Like, not just the food. Like, the food is one thing. And yes, the food is amazing. And I never knew the food was this amazing until I went to the pop-up.
Yeah.
Like, I always knew my food was good, but it took it to another level when people were like, oh my gosh. Like, we were at the pop-up and we had, like, bites. You could take for free samples. And this guy came and bought out all the samples. He paid me to take all the samples away. And I was like, what?
It's like, dang.
I was so thrown off. And I was like, okay. And then, like, that made me realize the food was good. But I want to look at people's houses or step into my mom's house and see, like, the Cheekie chef jars, the Cheekie chef
you want to make an empire. And you don't want to always be behind the kitchen to make your money as well,
so that's
right?
definitely something. I do want to start, like, events, like having, like, brunch events that are catered by the Cheekie chef. I definitely want to get my name out there in different cities. I'm definitely looking to do Miami, even though I got my foot in the doors in Miami and got, like, really good people that can help me. I definitely want to go to the UK because the UK is just another branch off Bermuda because we're UK citizens. And it's a lot of Bermudians in the UK. There's no spot in the UK where you could just be like, oh, I want some Bermudian food today. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people, like, a lot of different people have said to me, like, there's nowhere in the world that you could go somewhere and find Bermudian cuisine.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had
any other cuisine in the world besides Bermudian cuisine.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know what Bermudian cuisine is.
Exactly.
Like, so, if you were to tell me what it is, like, I'd be like, really?
So I'm looking to, like, have different pop-ups where other people can taste what Bermudian cuisine is, what comfort food is, elevated comfort food, because I like to call my food elevated comfort food because it's not just mac and cheese. I want to put jerk chicken in mac and cheese. I want to take it to another level.
You want it to be high end, right?
So, I want people to taste what elevated comfort food is. I want people to just taste my spices. I want people to cook with my spices.
Yeah.
Those are definitely dropping.
Bring Cheekie into your kitchen.
Yeah, literally. So yeah.
Okay, so tell everybody where they can follow you.
Okay, so you can follow me on Instagram at the Cheekie Chef. We just recently started a TikTok called chef.cheekie. Where else can you guys follow me? I have a website, thecheekiechef.ca. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you so much. We are going to finish these cookies up. We're going to eat them and take some home. Follow and subscribe, Curl Talk series, and you guys can look forward to something coming up for the next couple months. We're going to have a lot more entrepreneurs in Toronto. So you guys comment below if you guys want any of your entrepreneurs to be featured on Curl Talk. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that.